Bare Arava, good morning and welcome to the small town of Yeghegnadzor here in Armenia. We had an absolute adventure getting here yesterday, but I'll tell you more about that in the next video. We had a right day. We're staying here, it's called the Natali campsite, and these are the views. It's absolutely incredible. Just look at these landscapes. It's incredible, but it is so hot. Like, we're only going to be able to go out now for a couple of hours. We're going on a jolly around town, show you what it's like, see what it's like. So we've not even looked around really. We've come to where we're staying. I'm going to give you a quick tour of where we're staying because it's incredible. And yeah, we've not done much, so we're going to head out. We're going to brave this sun. Look at it, it's not a cloud in the sky. I'll just give you a quick tour down there because super nice place to stay. So as you can see, we've got all these grapes growing here. We've got green and the red type. And I think every day they bring some of the homemade wine out for us to have. Yesterday we had a glass of like a dryish red, quite nice. This is where we're staying. It's a tent. Quite a big tent though, it's not like a shitty little tent. You know, it's very spacious, you can stand up. But in the day, honestly, it's so hot in here, you'd die if you had a sleep in that right now. It's so hot, but in the evening it gets really cool. It's actually a little bit cold. It's perfect to sit in this garden. This is like the grounds. There's all kinds of fruit trees here. What's this one, Leash? Peach. They're just not ready yet. Here we got some big peaches. Got all these, you can just take them whenever you want. Got some apples. Some more big apples. Yeah, just fruit everywhere. Oh, plums. Got these big juicy plums. We're right up on the top of the hill of Yeghegnadzor, so we've just got like pretty much the best views of all the valleys around here. And yeah, just pretty much it. Really nice family campsite. They live here as well. It's pretty nice, but let's head out into town. See if it's any good. Oh, we've also got this fully functional plant pot phone which we've been using every day to ring when we want breakfast and dinner and stuff. It's pretty good. It's got the old system on. Look at that. Cracking. So Yeghegnadzor is the provincial capital of the Vayots Dzor region. I have no idea how to pronounce that, tried my best. And it's a town that was on the ancient Silk Road, so it's a super historical place. On the way here we actually drove past a huge old caravanserai, I don't know if that's how you pronounce that as well, which is like a huge, it's like a warehouse space where all the travellers on the Silk Road would have rested with the animals and the goods, obviously because it was so tiring going all the long distances, which is super interesting. There's loads of old monasteries and churches dotted around, like way super remote places. They're like in the middle of valleys, like on hills in this like desert landscape. We're gonna go for a walk to one tomorrow. It's so dry here again, by the way. It's incredibly hot, especially at the bottom. Where we're staying, we're at the top, so we get like a evening and morning breeze. But yeah, it's hot. And dusty. Every time a bloody truck goes past, you get a mouthful of dust. Look at that. Just permanent dry mouth in Armenia. That's just how it is. But I'll take it because the country's beautiful. Again, I don't think this is a very touristic place. I mean, we found it on the map. We found that campsite and it's only £10 a night. I didn't say for that tent, which is pretty good value, but people probably just come this area on a day trip, maybe from Yerevan, or maybe drive through. But for us, this is the best Armenia. This is the provincial Armenia that we like to explore. The people are always the friendliest, and we just find all kinds of things. This is what travelling's about. These smaller little places where you can find your own little gems. They're always so nice. Something always surprises you, because you never have an expectation of pretty much anything if you just go somewhere. Like for me, this is the real Armenia. We've got all the cars that are like twice my age, just old men zipping around in them. Fresh fruit and grapes growing everywhere, literally everywhere. Everyone's gardens, they're growing everything. And these landscapes like this, mountainous desert landscapes. You've never been somewhere like this. It's the first place we've been like this, and it's breathtaking up there. Look how big that mountain is. But yeah, you can imagine how hot it is in the middle of the valley at the bottom. Discovered a hack. Press it down. We've got a dual pull hack. Go on, press it down. You get the extended range. Don't know if you're meant to do that. It's always fun though, isn't it? Playing with water, messing around. Like a kid. Look at this place. You look at this place on the map and it looks like there's nothing here. It looks like it's a really small village, and then we actually get here. It's one of them. It's a lot bigger than you think. There's actually quite a lot going on. So here we have a fine example of some of the remnants of the Soviet Union left over. We've got the star and the hammer and sickle. What does that say? 1957, I think. Obviously Armenia being one of the Soviet republics back in the day. And in a smaller place like this is where you'll find a lot more of the Soviet heritage just left over. Now these are World War II monuments. Some leftovers, some old artillery. And then up here, there's loads of it actually. Various artillery. Look at them mean machines. Such a dry mouth. Yeah, so these are World War II memorials. 1941, 1945. Some big tanks. Russia flags on, obviously, as we were part of the Soviet Union. Fighting the Nazis. Pretty smart. Pretty cool actually. Look at that. It's the big massive tank watching over the town. Let's get a view from up here. Check that out. Wow, you can see those landscapes again. It's incredible. I love it here. I'm chatting shit. Nice little fact for you here. When Armenia was sucked into the Soviet Union, this town was one of the main centres of resistance against the Soviet rule, and this area declared itself an unrecognised republic for a couple of years, very short-lived, and it did eventually fall into Soviet rule with the rest of the country, and obviously the rest of this whole region of the world. All these countries, Armenia, Georgia, Azerbaijan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, there's so many. So it's such an interesting place to visit because we've got so much different history. We've got the Armenian history, all the USSR history, just all the different chapters that the country's been through. I think this is the main memorial here. Yeah, huge stone memorial. World War II memorial to the soldiers who fought. Yeah, you know, for this, just show you these views, it's incredible. Pretty high up here. To Yeghegnadzor. Fantastic place. In the UK, I don't know what it's like anywhere else in the world, but in England, in history we only get taught about England and Germany in World War II. We don't get taught anything else. all these other countries, everyone played a part, all the way over to the east here where we are now. So it's something we should all learn a bit more about because it's really interesting.
How did we win the war?
Exactly. They should teach us about everything, shouldn't they? Not just England, England, England. Give us a bigger picture so we can understand it. Just super typical little Armenian streets, but look at this massive stork nest on the top there. I don't know if there's any storks in it, but it's huge. They built the biggest nest out of any bird I've ever seen. Massive. They are massive birds, aren't they? Check this out for a pulpalak. With that huge building behind it, that's definitely a Soviet masterpiece. It's just an absolute block. Complete uniform. Look at this. Whee! So look at these bad boys. These are the old Soviet police vans with the Armenian writing on. Where are these from? 1970 or something? Извините. But they're getting told off everywhere I go, aren't I? No filming the police vans. But you can see them there. Super cool. We have some graves here honouring the young lads who fought for Artsakh, the Armenian territory, the dispute with Azerbaijan. Really sad. They were only 19, these lads. Conflict that's still going on today. Proper shame, really. Armenian land.
Oh, okay.
Very good.
I'll have this one.
Lavash is
Lavash,
вкусный, очень вкусный.
Was he working here?
Daar in de
I don't
buurt.
know.
Okay.
What, a bit of cheese and onion? Oh, look, there, cheese. Oh, wow.
Oh, John.
Kaartje gas dit daar. Ik shot met
Oh, I've got more here. Lim?
Nee.
No.
Eigen.
Как вас зовут?
Edrik Samvel Meher Karen.
Эдрик Самвер
Meher
Мехик
Karen.
Карет. Очень приятно. Спасибо.
Пожалуйста, братан.
These work blocks have basically just invited us all for food, fed us all kinds, and they give us loads to take home. Спасибо, спасибо. Шнакулутья.
Пожалуйста.
And now having Armenian coffee.
Песок was bezinnen, pesokje.
Спасибо.
Pesok was dit kachter, kachter.
Coffee.
Сахар есть?
Сахар.
Сахар есть?
This is?
Нету.
Meer daar niet. Pesok check.
It's not good. Sugar?
Kijk. Kijk, hoe is dit?
Сахар есть?
Sachar. Da. Is that sugar?
Yeah.
Ha. Peri ha. Kijk, is dat meer op
Should I try it on its own?
Is dat peri?
Zo?
Nee, sachertje uzel. Aynı tek hamur
Doe zo jij het aan mee doen.
Oh, it's hot. How do you say it? Jarka? Hot.
Горячий.
Spasiba. That's a little bag of sugar. Tea?
It's like a
Мы там
walnut.
кави. Не кави, сам плохий.
What is it, like a nut thing? Is it good? Vkusny?
Да, конечно, да кушай, да. Серьезно.
Tastes like a nut, doesn't it? Is it a nut?
Maybe, is it a walnut?
It's a nut. It's not what you make sujuk. Sujuk.
Да,
Да.
да,
Oh,
да,
it's
да.
It's a walnut.
Есть,
Spasiba. Da, it's my favourite.
Asta level sujuk în coacă se merge, nu le faci.
Walnuts. Spasiba.
Кушай, кушай.
Очень вкусный.
Давай, давай, давай.
Спасибо.
Давай.
Спасибо.
Давай.
Gratulation.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Nice to meet you.
Очень приятно.
Фотографии, да, это?
Да, да, да. So they've half built this. I think it's a huge memorial to the soldiers who've died in Artsakh. Ah! Let's see what they're doing here. You were just all on the dinner break. Ah, no, novi.
Это работа, это новый, это работа.
That's what they're doing.
Да.
Oh, wow.
Вот это.
Ah, so
Это армянский, да, это. Вот это. Это знаешь, что это? Солдат есть, солдат. Умер, да.
There's
Это
one
просто...
down here and this is,
Artsak.
but they
Да,
make,
это Арцак там умер, там это.
they
Вот.
make it like,
Да. Да, конечно.
Wow, so they make these by.
Смотришь там. Чуть-чуть
Hand
там, вот
roll.
это. Знаешь там.
Wow,
that's
super.
unbelievable.
Отлично, красиво.
Да, это армянский.
It's beautiful, look at this.
Oh, look, there's like
Короче, это 40 лет это, вот это. 40 лет, а.
40 late, 1
40
year?
лет.
4?
years.
Да.
4?
4, да.
4
40
left to
да.
make 4 years to make
40 лет,
this?
40
Yeah.
лет.
Ah, solo армянский.
Да, лет
Oh
это.
wow, 4 years. You do it?
You?
Да, это
You?
не...
No.
Oh,
Брат, мой брат это.
брат,
there.
ah,
Да,
your
мой
brother.
брат это.
Wow, it's incredible.
Зубил, ковал-то, вот это, вам чуть-чуть, вот это. Вот здесь, вот.
Wow,
Look at the grapes. Have you no
I can
grapes?
see them.
Да.
Amazing.
Wow.
Is it on the back?
No, just on the front, but. And then look at the views, though. This is the most incredible viewpoint in all of Yeghegnadzor.
Yeah.
Look at the landscapes. Armenia красиво, очень красиво.
Это еще так, это вот здесь, это просто на здесь, вот это новый там поставил.
Ah, this is the old one. That's the
Yeah.
new one. Wow.
Просто это вот, что-то это там,
Mhm.
знаете, там здесь. Вот это новый поставил.
Wow.
Просто здесь, да, здесь сальник, там это там аккуратный пулпулак есть здесь там воду.
Pulpulak.
Да,
Is this?
конечно, вот, это
Ah,
потом,
they're gonna
это
build one.
потом это.
Okay, at the bottom.
Вот.
Wow.
And this is old Novi as well.
Да,
Yeah.
да, это новый, а это еще это новый.
Да.
Это один год это новый. это
Ah,
всё.
okay.
So yeah, so this took 4 years to make, and you can just imagine how it would take that long. Look at how intricate it is. Like if they mess one bit up, what do? They start again. There's angels, crosses, the big cross, grapes. There's some Armenian font at the top. Can you see that? It's incredible. Look, with this view, before we leave, I just need to give you a slow pan of this because this is incredible. I've never seen landscapes like this before. It's blowing me away. You can see the huge abandoned Ferris wheel over there. We'll take a look at that. So those lads, young lads, are building a monument to the soldiers, and they're half built. So I went over and I said, Isvinita, excuse me, can we go up? And they were like, they just all waved us all. They said, come over. Obviously not in English. They said, sit. Just kept feeding us, made us coffee, we all had a coffee together, give us all this food. They gave us the leftovers of the lunch to take away and said take it home and eat it after. Then one of them invited us to his house. We got his number. He said, you can stay at my house, leave your hotel, you can come stay with us for free. Armenian hospitality is incredible. The people, you just have to open yourself up to them, and then they're the nicest people I've ever met. Vayots Dzor. Honestly, they're so friendly. What else did they give us? Oh yeah, it took us.
It makes the crosses. It takes 4 years to make them.
Explained it all to us. Just the friendliest people on earth.
Told us to come meet us at 6 o'clock here and come to his house to sleep. And we were like, we've paid for the hotel, and he was like,
It doesn't matter,
so
come.
what? So
They're incredible. So we've got a tea now for after.
we were like ripping like bits of lavash maybe this big, and I was putting like a piece of cheese, eating it. Next thing the guy gets like
The guy
3 pieces of lavash, half a block of cheese, onion, peppers, tomato.
He made the biggest
rolls
thing
up.
ever.
It was like a bloody burrito, this big.
And he just gave it leash.
I was like, oh god, I just had that massive breakfast.
We were stuffed
But I was
before
so
we got
grateful,
there.
it was delicious anyway.
They're some of the kindest people in the world anyway. And then I forgot, they started getting these little things off the trees, these green things, like cutting them open. And we're like, what are these? Turned out they were walnuts. So they just cut loads off the tree. I think they're here as well, yeah, they're all in this tree. And we just ate loads of walnuts. They just kept giving us walnuts. That's the second overnight home invitation we've had in 2 days, so make of it what you want. Provincial Armenia is the place to come. It's bloody incredible.
I think you have to say a yes though.
Yeah, you've got to open yourself up to the local
for
people.
For example, if we walked over then and said like, no, thank you. What's the fun in that? I think
That's why we travel. We don't do
it's
that.
Rude, isn't it?
It's rude, yeah. When you're travelling these parts, though, you got to be fully open to the local people, and then you get back what you give.
I'm never eating though when I go out again.
Because they just feed you. They're feeders. Now this is sick again. Another location in Armenia, another abandoned Soviet theme park. We've got like, oh, they've all been gutted, all the old rides. Look at this. Something here as well. But the most interesting part here is this huge Ferris wheel, which is identical to the one in Pripyat in Ukraine, in Chernobyl. The one many of you will have seen in pictures, videos. We visited a few years ago and it's identical, apart from it's not as abandoned. It looks a bit nicer, a bit more yellow. How cool is that? Look, you can see the little carts there. Number 17, number 18, look at them. Bloody hell. Super sick. What's this, like the old control box? Wow. Look at that piece of history for you. This bloody rock here is 5,000 years old. With the, can you see the bull carved into the top? It says they found it on a mountain pass. So yeah, this region is one of the oldest inhabited regions in Armenia, supposedly. Another fact for you there. Full of them today. That's it, we're nearly back at the home. Fly piss off my lens. Yeah, it's far too hot. We've been out for too long in the sun. First time I've actually worn this hat today because we've just been getting repeatedly sunburnt. I thought it's about time I had a break from the sun. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that little snoop around the provincial town of, I've forgotten where we are. Yeghegnadzor, can't say it, but yeah, hope you enjoyed that. It's an incredible place. Who would have thought? You just pick somewhere and go. Forget your top tens, forget your bloody Lonely Planet, just go. Incredible, just proved that what makes a place good is the people, not the sights. So go wherever you feel like, and just open yourself up to people, and then this is what happens. Bloody Armenia, love it.